want to relocate, but the UK is expensive because of obviously, Naira crashing and everything. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Doctor, for joining. I really appreciate it. For all of you that don't know, this is my guest for tonight's session, one and only Waka Waka Doctor, who has traveled to over 50 countries now and counting. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
He's not just preaching it, he's practicing what he preaches. And then the amazing thing about it is that he didn't just come straight to his current location now. He started from Saudi Arabia. And he's always saying it on his page that you don't have to start from top countries. You don't have to go to Canada. You don't have to go to Australia. You don't have to break a bank to relocate. You just have to know the right opportunity and then seize the moment. So thank you so much, Waka Waka Doctor. I really appreciate it. And you have the floor.
Well, how do I start now? For those who don't know who I am, everyone calls me Waka Waka Doctor. I am a medical doctor and a traveler. So I'm someone who enjoys traveling from place to place as much as I practice medicine. And on all my social media platforms, I educate people with the different pathways to move abroad as well. Yes, I'm in Portugal. I posted on my story that I'm in Portugal at the moment.
Wow.
And coincidentally, Portugal is one of those countries where you can, study if you cannot afford the big countries. Now, a few principles that I like to put across to people is to say, number one, if you want to move abroad, you need to have three things. It's either you have money, or you have certificates, or you have a skill. Okay, you need to have one of these. If you don't have money, then your skill will speak for you. If you don't have a skill, then your certificate will speak for you. Okay. Now, a lot of countries, there are 195 countries in the world. Some people say 198 countries in the world. And we find that a lot of people focus on moving to 5 countries. What are these 5 countries? United States of America, Canada, UK, Australia, and maybe New Zealand. These are the big 5 countries. But the idea is to always tell you, look, you don't have to start from these big countries. What I always tell people is that even if it is Cameroon, even if it is Togo, you can afford move there. Now, someone say, why are you going to move to Togo? Why are you going to move to Cameroon? Migration did not start today. Migration is as old as mankind. Jesus migrated. People in the Bible migrated. Muhammad in Islam migrated. So people move from place to place. Now you have to ask yourself, this place I want to move to, is it better than where I am at the moment? So you have to be able to recognize why you are going to that country. Why are you going? Why will Cameroon be better than Nigeria for you? And when I say Cameroon, please let us be using our head. I'm saying it. I'm saying it hypothetically. It's a figurative expression. Okay, I'm not saying Cameroon. Because some people will start saying Cameroon because I know our people. So I'm not saying you should move to Afghanistan. I'm not saying you should move to Syria. I'm saying it doesn't matter the name of the country so long as that country is better than where you are at the moment. I left Nigeria to the Middle East. I started from the Middle East. Okay. And from the Middle East, I've lived and worked in 5 different countries. Okay. I have traveled across 77 different countries. So you will take it from me that I know I have the experience and I know what I'm saying. I have practiced medicine in 5 different countries. I have lived in 5 different countries. I have traveled across 77 countries. So you would know that at least I'm not a travel consultant, but at least I have that experience. So you have to ask yourself, this country I want to move to, will it provide me better? So the question for you is, why do you want to move abroad? Some people say they want to move abroad because they want a better passport. You want a better passport. So it doesn't matter the name of the country. You want a Nigerian passport, and I'm saying Nigeria now. Nigerian, because I'm Nigerian. Nigerian passport is 89 in the world. So that means 89 countries are better than Nigeria for you who is seeking to move abroad because you want a better passport. Okay, you want to move to a country where there is electricity 24 hours. Then Ghana. Yes, Ghana has 24-hour electricity. Nigeria doesn't. You see, so why are you moving? You want to move to a place that has better health care. You want to move to a place that will pay you better. So these are the things you have to think at the back of your mind and answer. Okay? Now, not everybody can afford the United Kingdom. Not everybody can afford Canada. Not everybody can afford the US. Not everybody can afford these big countries. Tuition is getting high. Financial requirements is getting higher now. People are talking about $20,000 for proof of funds. It's getting ridiculous. Exchange rate is going up. So I always tell people that you can start small. Start small. Okay? Start small. So I'm going to be giving you at least 10 countries that would serve as alternative for you, and you can move to these countries. Okay? Number one on my list, the country that I love so much and I've been preaching about over the last 3-4 years now, is Iceland. And the reason I love Iceland is because it's totally free. And stories reaching me now is that there are Nigerians moving to Iceland. In fact, in November, I contacted someone. I wanted to bring someone to talk about Iceland. And the person said Nigerians in Iceland have started telling people, don't come to Iceland. Don't put it on YouTube. Don't let Nigerians come and cast this place. You know that attitude.
Selfish attitude.
Very selfish attitude. So Iceland is free. Iceland is free. The only thing about Iceland is you need to have a very good result. And I'm talking about moving as a student because the academic pathway is the easiest pathway. You have to have a very good result to move to Iceland. So the poorest result, the lowest you can have, is a 2-1. Okay? You need to have a 2-1. But I always tell people again, just try. Because I have seen someone who sent me admission letter that I helped 2 years ago, and he had a 3rd class. So travel is a personal thing. The fact that it didn't work for A doesn't mean it should not work for B. So know that at the back of your mind as well. So Iceland is totally free. Tuition is free in Iceland. All right. Tuition is free in Iceland. That's you only pay application fees of about 350 euros. Okay. And that's a good option for you. Number 2 is Germany. I don't talk about Germany much because at the moment, people in West Africa are having it difficult to get appointments in Germany. But tuition is still free in some universities in Germany. Germany has started introducing tuition in some of the universities now. But at the moment, tuition is still free in some universities in Germany. If you want an undergraduate in Iceland, and masters is pretty the same. It's the same. But don't let me deceive you. You can never get undergraduate in Iceland. It is very difficult because they only take 10 international students for undergraduate, only 10. So it is very, very difficult. But masters, very possible. Okay. So I've talked about Iceland,
Germany,
and I've spoken about Germany. The third on my list is Czech Republic, which is open right now. Okay, one of the things I didn't say about Iceland is that you need IELTS.
but
Okay,
that shouldn't
Iceland is compulsory,
be a problem.
but it shouldn't be a problem. IELTS is a simple exam. It's the simplest exam. I have written an IELTS 3 times because every time I need a job or I want to change job, they always ask for new IELTS. So you need to write IELTS. I have never carried book to say I want, never, because it's this is the language we speak every day, but a lot of people fail IELTS because they are afraid. And that fear has killed you already. Okay, that fear has killed you already. In Iceland, you cannot move with dependents. You cannot move with dependents. You have to wait 6 months before you bring your dependents to Iceland. So Iceland,
Which
Germany.
is reasonable, if you ask me, because you get to settle first.
Yes, you get to settle first. Okay. Germany, HND can apply, 3rd class can apply. You can move with your family straight away, and IELTS is not compulsory. Number 3 on the list is Czech Republic, and Czech Republic is open right now. Tuition in Czech Republic is as low as 200 euros. Yes, you heard it from me. €200 in Czech Republic. I posted a video a few days ago when I went to Czech Republic. I stood in front of the oldest university in Czech Republic, King Charles University. They've got loads of University of South Bohemia, for instance. They've got Thomas Bata University, where you can study between 200 to €900 depending on your course. Okay, so this is and in Czech Republic, second class lower is accepted, higher national diploma is accepted. Again, you have to wait 6 to 12 months before you can bring your family to Czech Republic. So Czech Republic is another option. Fourth on my list is Italy. Italy, you can study as low as, in fact, Italy is very funny because you can study in Italy for €20. Yes, you can. I have one of someone in my community, okay, that moved to Italy, and our tuition in Italy is €18. 18. And the reason is because in Italy, they calculate based on how much you earn as a family. So if you tell, the Italian government that, look, my family, we don't earn up to $200 every month. Then they calculate based on your income to say, okay, this is what you should pay, per month, per year as tuition. And they've got huge scholarships, the Italian government scholarship, the Italian regional government scholarship that would cut your tuition. They will even feed you. So you should look at universities like University of Bologna, University of Sapienza. Okay, you should there are loads of universities in Italy where tuition is as low as 200 to about €400, maximum €600, but you can still get it cut down to about 20 to 30 euros, depending on your own economic situation. Italy is so good because IELTS is not compulsory. You can move with your family immediately to Italy. Second class lower is accepted if you have a very good WAEC result. Okay, if you have a very good WAEC result. So I've mentioned Iceland, I've mentioned Germany, I've mentioned Czech Republic, and I've mentioned Italy. Number 5 on my list is Luxembourg, which is also open. These countries I'm mentioning are open right now. Now, Luxembourg is open right now, and you can study in Luxembourg for €260. €260 per year. Yes, you can study in Luxembourg for €260 per year. Guys, you need to listen. You need to listen when I'm talking. I said Czech Republic accepts HND. I said Italy accepts HND. All right. So we're talking about Luxembourg now. Luxembourg, €260. You cannot move with your family to Luxembourg. Yes, for international students, whatever I'm talking now is international students. Okay, international students, and you cannot move your family immediately. They can only join you 9 to 12 months after you have stayed in Luxembourg. Okay, IELTS is not compulsory. Higher national diploma is hit and miss. You can get admission in Luxembourg with higher national diploma. You might not. Okay, all these countries, they teach in English. They teach you in English. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the language difficulty. They teach in English. Of course, part of integrating yourself in the country you find yourself is learning the language. When I moved to Saudi Arabia, I had to learn Arabic. Okay, it is part of learning. Nobody is saying compulsorily. You will still communicate in English. You will still move around in English. But these are the ways to go about integrating yourself in that community. So that's Luxembourg for you. There's a university in Luxembourg that is open all year round. The university is called Lunex University, but it's only for those who are in sports, okay, who are in sports and in physiotherapy. If you're in sports, if you're in physiotherapy, and they have one tech course, I think, Lunex University, they are open all year round. But you can check University of Luxembourg itself. Some courses are as low as €260 in University of Luxembourg. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is Switzerland, and Switzerland is open right now, and you should apply. Tuition in Switzerland is about €550. It's as low as 550 euros. You can check University of Bern, okay, University of Bern. You can check University of Lugano. You can check Lausanne University. You can check University of Zurich. You can check University of Geneva. Tuition is as low as 550 euros up until maybe 1,000, 2,000 euros. Okay, Switzerland. The only downside with Switzerland is living in Switzerland is expensive. Living in Switzerland is expensive, but the government pays you. If you find a job, the government pays you enough to cope with that expense. So it's a win-win in my own opinion. It's a win-win. Switzerland is open right now. They accept higher national diploma as well. Switzerland accept third class. Okay. The only thing about Switzerland is you cannot work until you have stayed 6 months. So get your money. You cannot work in Switzerland until you have stayed 6 months in Switzerland. But tuition is very, very low. Man like Kel, check University of Lausanne. University of Lausanne, they accept HND. I know what I'm saying. University of Lausanne accepts HND. All right. You can't move with your dependents immediately to Switzerland. You have to wait. You have to wait about 6 to 9 months before you bring them in. Germany accepts dependents. Italy accepts dependents immediately. Lausanne is Lausane. Lausane. University of Lugano, University of Bern. Bern is Bern. University of Zurich, University of Geneva. Okay. So how many have I mentioned now?
8.
Is it 8? Iceland, Germany, Italy, Czech Republic, Luxembourg, Switzerland. Yeah. Okay, that's 6.
6.
Number 7. 7 now. I'm going to talk about Portugal. Portugal. Tuition is free in Germany. Portugal, tuition is as low as 1,000 euros. Tuition, most courses 1,000 to about 3,000 euros in Portugal. Okay, but Portugal will open in April. Okay, just one university is open right now in Portugal, so it might make things difficult for you. But in April, Portugal will open. Portugal accepts higher national diploma. There's no IELTS for Portugal. You can move with your family immediately to Portugal. Okay, so Portugal is straightforward, easy. The schools will even help you, okay, with your visa application. They will be talking to the embassy. They will get your appointment and all that. So Portugal is number 7 on my list. Number 8 on my list, you should have been up top. And I love this country because, in fact, I think the Austrian embassy, they must know me by now because I've helped so many people move to Austria. Austria. Tuition in Austria is 375 euros per semester. 375 euros per semester. And, in Austria, IELTS is not compulsory. Well, you can move with your family immediately to Austria, but Austria is straightforward. The only problem with Austria and some of these countries, like Czech Republic, Austria, Italy, is legalizing your documents. Legalizing documents means that you have to take your documents, your passport, your transcript, your WAEC results. You have to take it to the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Foreign Affairs to verify your documents to be sure that the documents are authentic. If they are authentic, then you go ahead. Yes, Austria accepts HND, although policies are now changing and they are saying that we don't want to accept higher national diploma from Nigeria again in Austria. So some schools are still fighting it. That's why if you apply to some schools in Austria, they will say, if you have a higher national diploma, go and do BSc. But some schools are still accepting it. There's a technical university in what's the name of this? There's a technical university. I can't remember the city where it is. but they accept. If you have a third class, you should be thinking Switzerland. You should be thinking Switzerland. If you have a third class, Switzerland. Okay, so that is Austria. So I've mentioned Iceland, Germany, Czech Republic, Italy, Luxembourg, Switzerland, Portugal, Austria. Okay, eight. Let me give people that want to say, oh, I want a place where they only speak English. They must only speak English. I don't want any language. Then you should consider Malta. Okay, Malta. Malta, they speak English in Malta. Everybody in Malta speaks English, and it is cheaper than the UK. Okay, tuition in Malta is between 3,500 euros to about 7,000 euros, which is cheaper.
Very cheap.
Which is cheaper, if you ask me, than the UK. The only downside again with Malta is that you cannot move with your family immediately. You have to wait 9 months to 12 months before you move with your family. Number 10 on my list is Belgium.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I like Belgium. The reason why I like Belgium is that Belgium, you don't need to pay school fees. You don't need to pay tuition until you land in Belgium.
Oh, wow.
I love
Wow.
it. You don't need to pay tuition until you land in Belgium. Even when you land in Belgium, you are the one that will now say, look, oh, I'm going to pay my tuition in 5 installments. Fantastic. So you can pay in multiple installments when you get to Belgium. Belgium, generally, they will tell you that they need IELTS, but there are 3 universities in Belgium that don't require IELTS. I can't remember them from the top of my head. I've made several posts about it. If you follow me on Twitter, you will know, okay, that I say these things. I hope everyone can hear me clearly. Somebody say my voice is in slow motion. So
network, sorry.
So in Belgium, they say they want IELTS, but there are 3 universities that don't need IELTS in Belgium. A lot of these universities that I've mentioned, these countries that I mentioned, proof of funds is between 6 to 12,000 euros. It is only Switzerland that you need 20,000 euros. All these countries I mentioned, 6 to 12,000 euros is proof of funds. But for Switzerland, you need 20,000 euros. So I am not an agent, and my name is not Waka now. I'm not Waka now.
I saw that.
I am not an agent. I'm not an agent. I am someone who is
medical doctor.
I'm a
who is also
doctor. That's my job. That's my job. I'm a doctor who just enjoys traveling and helping people with information. That is it, okay? I've got loads of videos. If you go through my Instagram page, you will see loads of videos. If you go on my YouTube channel, loads of videos. So it's up to you. I don't collect money from people. If you want to talk to me differently and you want me to guide you, that's a whole different thing entirely. But I prefer that you do it yourself. That's why we make these videos. That's why she's invited me here to come and talk to you.
And you did not even charge me, you guys.
Exactly, eh? That's why we are talking. That's why we're sharing. So it's up to you now to use the information. I have loads of videos on my Instagram page, loads of videos on my YouTube channel.
How do you make money? He's a medical doctor. Stop playing. Do you know how much he is? I beg.
Wait, someone said, how do I make money?
They think that content creators don't have job. Like I always find it funny. They think we don't have jobs.
You think this is my full-time job? You are not serious. Anyway, so let's do the take again. Germany,
okay,
Iceland, Czech Republic, Italy, Switzerland, Luxembourg, Portugal, Austria, Malta, and Belgium. 10 countries that serve as alternative to the UK, US, Australia, because they are expensive. I'll give you one bonus, and the bonus one is Finland. Finland is also amazing because Finland, why I love Finland is that even if you are 60 years old, Finland will admit you. Even if you are 60, Finland will admit you. You want to move with your family of 100, Finland will take you.
Wow.
You want to start bachelors again at age 72, Finland will say, come. I love it. You don't have a degree, you don't know what to do.
Yeah,
they have practical nursing. You can study as a welder, you can study as a cook. In fact, University of Vamia is free.
Technicians and
yes,
all of that as well.
University of Vamia is free. People have gotten admission from the videos I make here about Vamia. University of Rivera, I have people, in fact, there's somebody that sent me a DM. She got admission. She's got visa, permanent resident. The only thing delaying her now is she cannot afford flights. So there are tons of information here if you're interested. And I think that I've been able to do as much justice as time would permit to share with you 10 alternatives that you don't need to break the bank if you want to move abroad. So if there are other questions, I'll be happy to take.
Thank you so much, Waka Waka Doctor, for your time and for the wealth of knowledge that you shared with us today. I really, really appreciate. So in 5 minutes, please, you can choose any question you want to answer, just anyone.
Okay. Someone said content pay higher. Content pay higher. So if I start doing content now,
ask the person, how much do you pay to join this live?
Wait now. This same person that say content pay is the one that will start abusing me. He doesn't have work. He's content creator. That's it. That's it. Okay. Let me see if I can ask questions. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't get DMs, and it's not a thing of pride. Okay, this is it. I have almost 600,000 followers. I cannot. There was a time I used to get like 300, 400 messages every day. It's not possible. And I don't want some people to feel like, okay, you are answering some people, you are not answering some people. So this is what I do. If you want my help, there's a link in my bio. If you are serious and you want my help, there's a link in my bio. Click on that link and you would see how to contact me. It's a paid consultation. If you are serious, you consult. But if you cannot afford it, go on my YouTube channel. There's loads of videos for free. On my Instagram page, loads of videos for free that you just watch and follow the guidelines. It's simple. Okay, that's why I don't accept DMs. Okay. Schools that accept okay, can you give me 2 seconds? I'm going to go off for 2 seconds, check the schools in Belgium that don't accept IELTS and come back. 2 seconds.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. So University of Antwerp, you don't need IELTS. And Leuven University as well, you don't need IELTS in Belgium. Okay. So there are no excuses. If you want to move abroad, King Damona, the problem with Germany, and I said it when I started, that look,
you did mention, I remember that is that visa appointment time, that's the major
proof of funds for masters in Finland is 6,270 euros. 6,270 euros,
which is quite reasonable compared to other countries like
someone
Canada.
is asking about France. You're right. France is also as low as 360 euros. It used to be like 180 euros before, but now it's 360 euros in France. You can't move your family in France. The only reason why I've stopped talking about France is because remember that a few months ago, their minister came out and said, they are reducing the number of, students, immigrants and stuff. Yeah, they are cutting down on migration as well. Belgium does not accept NECO, please. Belgium does not accept NECO. Okay, I think I've answered a few questions.
Thank you very much for bringing
me to your channel.
Abashibi, thank you for honoring my invitation. Hey,
No biggie.
don't set
No
me up,
biggie.
please.
No biggie.
Don't do that. Thank you so much,
No
Doctor.
big
I
deal.
really appreciate your time. Thank you. I think we did this 2 years ago, and we're back
Yes, we
again for
did.
the same
Yes,
topic.
we did.
And I'm glad
Yes,
some
we did.
people were able to take
Yes.
action. So in
Yes, we
2
did.
years, hopefully, we'll come back again. I want you to be among those that say, "Oh, I was able to make the move." Don't come back and listen to the same story again 2 years ago. You're not doing yourself any good, okay? So thank you so much, Waka Waka Doctor, for making out time for me tonight and my audience to share your wealth of knowledge. As always, I do not take it for granted, and I really, really, really appreciate you, and I'm sincerely grateful, for you coming over. And to everyone who tuned in, you guys are amazing. Thank you.